Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki Jai
Jai
Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai
Jai
Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki Jai
Jai
Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. Today is Saturday. For me, it is Sunday morning. So we'll read Chaitanya Bhagavat today and tomorrow. We'll continue our Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. We're reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, the final pastimes, because in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda begins with Mahaprabhu's acceptance of sannyas. So we read so far how Mahaprabhu, after accepting sannyas, all the travels of Mahaprabhu, all that comes in Antya Khanda in Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Mahaprabhu went to or headed towards Mathura, and so he went to Bengal, he went to Vidyanagar, he went to Kulyagram, then he went to Ramkeli, and then at Ramkeli, Rup Sanatan Goswami said that, you should leave this place. You don't have any business here now. You should just leave this place because you cannot trust this Yavana king. Now he's respecting you. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. His mind can change. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his own sweet will, decided, now I'll go back to Jagannath Puri. So he came via Shantipur, Advaita Acharya's home. So he came to Advaita Acharya's home. But just before Mahaprabhu came, what happened in Advaita Acharya's home? So when Mahaprabhu came, the scene was that Advaita Acharya was in ecstasy and he was embracing his son and he was so happy with his son. What had happened before that? Yes. So Advaita Acharya's son is Achyutananda. He's a small boy, about 5 years old, not even wearing any clothes, just playing, covered with dust, like that. And one sannyasi had visited Advaita Acharya's home, and Advaita Acharya, being very, very respectful to sannyasis, he said, please accept alms from my house, please take prasadam. The sannyasi said, I will accept. I have come to ask you of something else. The alms that I ask of you is not food or anything. I want an answer to my question. That's the alms I'm asking you. If you answer my question, then I will accept whatever you're giving. I'll eat in your house. So Advaita Acharya said, all right, ask me. So the sannyasi said, what is the relationship of Keshava Bharati with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Now Advaita Acharya is thinking, this question can be answered from a spiritual point of view and from a material point of view. Spiritual point of view, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone else, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Are Saba Bhritya. Only Krishna is the Lord and everyone else is a servant. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord and Keshav Bharati is his servant. That is from spiritual point of view. And from material point of view, Mahaprabhu is performing pastimes on this earth, and in his earthly lila, Mahaprabhu accepted Keshav Bharati as his spiritual master. So Keshav Bharati is a guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the disciple, the servant. Disciple is the servant. So Advaita Acharya thought, let me first answer from material point of view. So he said, everyone knows that Keshav Bharati is the guru of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As soon as he said this, Advaita Acharya said that Keshav Bharati is the guru of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. From nowhere, Achyutananda, he was just playing, right? Not even wearing clothes, covered with dust all over, just playing outside. He came running, he said, and very angry, he was very angry. He said, Father, what did you say? You said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a guru? Did you say that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a guru? You are my father. Father is a guru. Is this what a guru should teach his disciple? Is this the example you're setting for me? You're saying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a guru? Who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then all the pastimes that Krishna did. So Achyutananda started saying about this creation, right? Lord Brahma didn't even know how to create. Only when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed to him was he able to create. Like this. He went on and on and on. And this sannyasi was watching everything. And Advaita Acharya, as he heard the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from this little boy, he was in ecstasy. He was in ecstasy. And then he said, my master, my father, right? He's talking to his son. He said, you are my father. Please forgive me that I have made such an offense. Whatever you are saying is right. Please forgive me. You are my father. And this sannyasi is observing this whole thing and is like, amazing. How does a little boy know so much? And not just knowing. Sometimes children, like parrots, you tell them something, they just memorize and they just say it. But this boy had so much conviction, right? He couldn't accept. And all the quotes that he's giving from Shastra. So this sannyasi was amazed. And then he said, like father, like son. Advaita Acharya is such a great devotee. His son is also like him. Meanwhile, Achyutananda, seeing all this glorification of himself, he became so embarrassed. He was feeling embarrassed that he spoke like that. Spoke like that means he, he refuted his father, right? So he was feeling embarrassed, and especially that everyone is glorifying him, he was like ashamed, feeling ashamed. At that moment, Mahaprabhu comes to Advaita Acharya's home. So we'll continue reading. So I'll just read from 196. After some moments, does anyone know how to remove this part from the side? These pages. Is there a way to just make it full page?
Mataji, you just click the 3 lines and it goes away. The
3 lines on my right side. This one.
No,
Left
not
side,
left side.
Which one? This one?
No, on the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one.
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you, Aranita. Okay, so I can make it bigger now. Okay.
Modern age children, Mataji.
Well, everything is dovetailed. When it is dovetailed in Krishna consciousness, that's wonderful. Very nice. Yeah, so continue. After some moments, becoming peaceful, Advaita humbly offered Lord Chaitanya an asana. So actually, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, what happened after Mahaprabhu came? When Mahaprabhu came, that's when Advaita Acharya saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'll just go back a little bit. Yeah. So this is what, right? Hearing Achyutananda's words, the sannyasi at once offered Dandavat obeisances. Even the sannyasi is offering obeisances. So I told you up to this point, Achyutananda became embarrassed, right? He became so embarrassed, he would not even lift his head. Then hearing Achyutananda's words, the sannyasi, he at once fell down in Dandavat obeisances to Achyutananda. And he said to Advaita Acharya, Advaita's son is worthy. As father is, so is the son. His words are beyond the knowledge of ordinary human beings, right? And how can someone become like this? Unless he's invested with the power of the Supreme Lord, he cannot. So the power of the Supreme Lord rests in Achyutananda. It cannot be otherwise. How can such words come from the mouth of a child? Then yeah, and you know, I'm so fortunate that the time that I came to Advaita Acharya's house, that time, that moment, that muhurta is most auspicious. That's why I was able to see this wonderful glory. And after saying this, he left, saying Hari Hari, he went away. Then, yeah, so Sri Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, that's why I say that Advaita's son is worthy son. And he was his only shelter. The only shelter of this boy is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. And Advaita Acharya, he gave up all other duties and he was simply embracing his son, weeping in great ecstasy. My God, I have such a son, right? Such a pure devotee. He took the dust from the limbs of his son and he smeared the dust from the feet of his son on his own body. He's not looking at him like his son, he's seeing him as a great Vaishnava and taking the dust from the feet of Advaita, from Achyutananda. He's rubbing all over his body, weeping, crying, embracing. Right. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own associate has appeared in my home. That was his happiness. And he was dancing and clapping in ecstasy, embracing. Yeah. And we cannot imagine, not just me, us, nobody in the three worlds can imagine the heights of devotion, right? Of the devotion of this Achyutananda. Now, at that moment, right, when everything was auspicious, when Advaita Acharya was in this ecstasy, at that moment, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Advaita Acharya's home accompanied by his associates. Then, Advaita Acharya is already in ecstasy, and now he sees Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? His Lord and Master, right? The object of his love. And seeing him, he just fell down in Dandavat obeisances in front of Mahaprabhu. And he roared, right? This is like you would say, icing on the cake, right? So he was like, Hari, Hari, right? It was like the completion of all that ecstasy. Mahaprabhu personally came. And he forgot his own body. And all the women that were there, they were saying, Jai, Jai, Jai. And there was great bliss. Already there was bliss, but now even more now with Mahaprabhu's arrival in Advaita Acharya's home, there was great bliss. And Mahaprabhu came, he embraced Advaita Acharya. And Mahaprabhu is also in ecstasy seeing his devotee. And then tears from his eyes, you know, when Mahaprabhu got tears in ecstasy, they were not just going down his cheeks like that. They would shoot out like like syringes, right? So he sprinkled the body of Advaita Acharya with the tears from his eyes, like that. And then Advaita Acharya, on his part, he was holding Lord Chaitanya's feet to his chest, right? He got down on Dandavat obeisances. He took the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, holding to his chest, and he was not in external consciousness. So this is where we ended. And there was weeping, seeing this love, this ecstasy. There was just weeping all over, all the devotees around. How wonderful was the love they felt. I do not have the power to describe it, says Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So like this. After some moments, now becoming peaceful, Advaita humbly offered Lord Chaitanya an asan. Lord Chaitanya sat on that glorious asan. In the four directions were the glorious devotees. Mahaprabhu came with his devotees and also Advaita Acharya. You know, wherever there's a great Vaishnav, there will be other devotees. So in the four directions were the glorious devotees. Mahaprabhu is sitting on the asana. Nityananda and Advaita embraced. Nityananda Prabhu came with Mahaprabhu. Nityananda and Advaita embraced. Gazing at each other, they became happy at heart. The devotees offered obeisances to Advaita Acharya. With great love, Advaita Acharya embraced them all, except for Veda Vyas himself, who has the power to describe the bliss that was born in Advaita's home. In a moment, Advaita's small son, Achyutananda, offered obeisances to Lord Chaitanya's feet. So, meanwhile, what's Achyutananda doing? When he saw Mahaprabhu, he went and he offered Dandavat obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. Embracing him, Lord Chaitanya covered Achyutananda's body with tears of love. Can you imagine how pleased Mahaprabhu must be with Achyutananda? He just embraced him and weeping, right? Tears. He was drenching Achyutananda with the tears of love from his eyes. Uh, Lord Chaitanya would not let Achyutananda leave his chest. He wouldn't let go, right? Achyutananda also clung to Lord Chaitanya's body. So Mahaprabhu embraced him and Achyutananda also held him. He wouldn't leave and Mahaprabhu wouldn't let him go either. So they were just in tight embrace. Seeing the Lord's mercy to Achyutananda, the devotees wept with love. Of all of Lord Chaitanya's associates, none was more dear than Achyutananda. No one was like him. For Nityananda and Swarup Damodar, he was as dear as life. See, tomorrow we are celebrating Gopashtami, right? Just an important point here. Gopashtami, why devotees celebrate Gopashtami? Because Go means cows are very dear to Krishna. That's the reason why devotees of Krishna celebrate Gopashtami, or they take care of cows, they protect cows, they worship cows. It's not because it increases our mode of goodness or because milk is very nutritious and this and that. All that is secondary. The main purpose why we protect cows is because the cows are dear to Krishna. So the principle is anyone who is dear to Krishna becomes dear to Krishna's devotee. That's the point. So obviously there's no question of envy then. If anyone is dear to Krishna, then he becomes dear to me also, if I am a devotee of Krishna. That is the principle. So Mahaprabhu is giving so much mercy to Achyutananda. If it is a material mentality, it will feel, the material mentality will say, you'll feel envy, jealousy in heart. You may be smiling, but in your heart you may be thinking, I wish I could get that. I want that attention. I want that recognition from the Lord, right? But it's just the opposite. When one is a devotee, that person who receives the most mercy of Krishna becomes my life and soul. Why? Because this person is very dear to Krishna, like that. So here Nityananda Prabhu seeing Achyutananda, here Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, no one is more dear to Lord Chaitanya than Achyutananda. Such a powerful statement. And seeing the Lord's mercy to Achyutananda, how did all the devotees reciprocate? They were all weeping in love. They were feeling such affection for Achyutananda. And Nityananda, Swarup Damodar, for them, Achyutananda was as dear as their life. Nobody was as dear to them than Achyutananda. He was the foremost disciple of Gadadhar Pandit, Panchatattva, Gadadhar Pandit. So the foremost disciple of Gadadhar Pandit is Achyutananda. Therefore, I say that Achyutananda was a worthy son of Advaita. As the father was, so was the son. It was right that they were together. In this way, accompanied by Lord Advaita's associates, Lord Chaitanya plunged in the nectar of spiritual bliss. By Advaita's wish, Lord Chaitanya stayed for some days and enjoyed pastimes of Sankirtan in Advaita's home. By Advaita's wish, Lord Chaitanya stayed for some days and enjoyed pastimes of Sankirtan in Advaita's home. So Mahaprabhu is headed towards Jagannath Puri. This is a break journey. So he spent some time in Advaita's home and he performed Sankirtan. So also we read how Sachimata was called and all that also happens here. Overcome with bliss by the Lord of his life's presence. Overcome with bliss by the presence of the Lord of his life. in his home. Lord Advaita Acharya did not know where he was. That means he was completely not in external consciousness, not aware of who he was, where he was. Why? Because he was so much in ecstasy, in bliss, that the Lord of his life is in his home. By Advaita's when noble-hearted Advaita became a little peaceful, he sent a messenger running to Mother Sachi. Taking with him a palanquin, the messenger quickly went to Navadvip and told Mother Sachi the message. Mother Sachi was plunged in a nectar ocean of ecstatic love. See, you may have also experienced this in your childhood when we didn't have, telephones. Even if we had, it's not it was not common, right? uh, it was not common to get phone calls from relatives, grandparents. Once in a while, maybe letters, handwritten letters, long time, maybe once in a month or even more than that, not so frequently. So there was really no way to inform anyone that we are coming on such and such date. They would just come, isn't it? They're like all of a sudden, and it was such a joy, right? You don't know who's going to come. And for children, as children, I remember when some relatives would come, family would just visit from far off place, and it's like a festival, right? And they would stay for
We
whatever few
used
days.
to jump with joy that time when grandparents come or anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was so
And
nice.
yeah, and usually they stay for some time, right? Because they come from such a distance. It's not like they just came for a few hours and went away. They would stay for some time, and that memory stays with you, right? So the Vedic way of lifestyle, that's a atithi. Atithi means somebody who comes at any time. They can come at any time without any previous, what do you say? Um, what is the word?
Notification.
Notification. Right. They just come, they just show up all of a sudden. And it is a grihastha's dharma. Anyone who comes like that, you should provide for them, right? Some, at least some food, water, a sitting place to rest a little bit, and what to speak of, shelter and all that. So, and the happiness, I'm saying the experience is so wonderful. Why I'm saying this? Sachimada's son is a sannyasi. Sannyasi means it's a social suicide. You don't actually. Her only hope was she would get some news from the devotees who would travel to Jagannath Puri, and they would tell her, oh, he did this or he went there. He's doing fine. He's there. That much. Even that news, if she didn't get, she wouldn't live. But now all of a sudden one messenger comes with a palanquin to Sachima's house and tells, Nimai is here, right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Advaita Acharya's home. They're calling you. Can you imagine her joy? So she was in ecstasy. So, yeah. Mother Sachi was plunged in a nectar ocean of ecstatic love. What did she say? What did she hear? She was not in external consciousness. What? Right? Nimai is here. What did you say? Did I hear right? She was not in external consciousness. She was in so much joy. When she saw anyone before her, she would say, so this was Sachimata's state of, her state, her condition after Mahaprabhu left. Like in so much separation, just like Yashoda Mai after Krishna left Vrindavan to go to Mathura. What was Yashoda Mai's condition? Exactly like that. So she would tell, if she would see anyone before her, she would say, please tell me the news from Mathura. How are Krishna and Balaram in Mathura? What is that sinner Kamsa doing now? What is the news of Akrura, the thief who I heard that the sinner Kamsa died. Is it true that Ugrasena is now king? Like this is Achimata saying, anyone she would see, she would speak like this. She was not in external consciousness at all, right? Sometimes Mother Sachi would call out, Krishna, Balaram, quickly milk the cows. I will go to sell the milk. Sometimes Mother Sachi would grab a stick and say, grab him, everyone. The butter thief flees. Where will you run now? Now I will tie you up. Speaking these words, Mother Sachi, now wrapped in ecstasy, would run here and there. Seeing a woman come before her, she would say, come, let us go to the Yamuna and take our baths. Sometimes she would loudly weep. Hearing her weep, any heart would melt. An unbroken stream of tears flowed from her two eyes. Hearing her emotional lament, even stones and dry sticks would split apart. Sometimes Lord Krishna would appear in her meditation. Forgetting who she was, then she would very loudly laugh and laugh. This laughter was very blissful and wonderful. Even after 6 hours, it did not end. Sometimes Mother Sachi would faint in ecstasy. For 3 hours, there was no sign of life in her body. Sometimes she trembled. Again and again, someone picked her up, and again she fell to the ground. Who has ecstatic love for Lord Krishna like Mother Sachi? No one is like her. Devotion to Krishna resides in Lord Krishna's transcendental body. It was Lord Krishna himself who gave the power of devotion to Mother Sachi. So what does this mean? Devotion to Krishna resides in Lord Krishna's transcendental body. Just a quick note on that. So Krishna has internal energy and external energy. Antaranga Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti. The very word internal means it is inside him. Inside him. So means it's outside of him. So Bahiranga Shakti, material energy, is outside of him. Swarupa Shakti is his internal energy. Now this Swarupa Shakti has many different functions. And according to function, that Swarupa Shakti is known by different names. So one of the Swarupa Shakti, one of the functions of Swarupa Shakti is Halladini Shakti. Halladini means that Shakti which gives pleasure to Krishna. That Shakti which gives pleasure to Krishna. That is Srimati Radharani. This Halladini Shakti is condensed form. So if you say Halladini Shakti is like milk and you cook it down to rabdi, condensed form, right? The essence of that Halladini Shakti is called Bhakti Shakti. This is Bhakti Shakti. So where is Bhakti to Krishna? It is inside him. That's what is being said here. So then, how does anyone get Bhakti? How do the living entities get Bhakti? Krishna plants this Bhakti in the hearts of living entities. And Krishna enjoys this Bhakti. He enjoys this Bhakti. But this Bhakti doesn't belong to you and me. Just because I am rendering devotional service to Krishna, so am I offering something to Krishna? Am I giving him something which is mine? No. Everything is his. That Bhakti especially is his. But he's just, he's just, investing it in your heart, my heart, and other devotees' hearts, and he enjoys it. And he enjoys it. He's enjoying his own property. He's not enjoying your or my property. That's the important point. So, Sachi Mata, nobody has devotion like her. So here it is said, devotion to Krishna resides in Lord Krishna's transcendental body. It was Lord Krishna himself who gave the power of devotion to Mother Sachi. Who has the power to describe the devotional ecstasies Mother Sachi felt? Day and night, Mother Sachi very happily swam in the waves of the ocean of ecstatic love. Whenever she was slightly in external consciousness, right? So it's like was drowned in the ecstasy. That means she was not aware of what's going on with her body or this world outside. Who's coming, she was not aware. But sometimes she would be slightly in external consciousness. Whenever she was slightly in external consciousness, Mother Sachi would worship her deity of Lord Vishnu. Please know this for certain, right? Then if she's not in external consciousness, why is she worshipping Lord Vishnu, you can say. Whenever she came a little bit to external consciousness, oh, I have a deity, let me worship, right? So she would worship the deity of Lord Vishnu. Please know this for certain. When Mother Sachi had thus sat down to worship Lord Krishna, the messenger came with the good news, right? That's why. So she was slightly in external consciousness and she was worshipping her deity when the messenger came and said that Nimai is here, right? The messenger came with the good news. He said, Lord Chaitanya has come to Shantipur. Mother, come quickly and see him. Hearing this news, Mother Sachi became very happy. Then the messenger went to tell the others. When the devotees heard this news of the Lord, their hearts became filled with great joy and love. Taking Mother Sachi with him, the Lord's dear devotee Gangadas Pandit. Who's Gangadas Pandit? The teacher of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was a small boy. So, taking Mother Sachi with him, the Lord's dear devotee Gangadas Pandit at once departed. Murari Gupta and the other devotees all accompanied Mother Sachi. Mother Sachi quickly came to Shantipur. Lord Chaitanya heard this news. Seeing his mother from afar, Lord Chaitanya at once offered Dandavat obeisances. Again and again he circumambulated her and offered Dandavat obeisances. Again and again he recited prayers. See, again, right? The way a mother should be uh, honored, this is Vedic culture, just Vedic culture. Just that how a mother is honored, that is Vedic culture. But here is not just a mother, what to speak of a mother who's a pure devotee of Krishna, right? Mother in general does so many sacrifices. Then what to speak of a mother who's a pure devotee? So Mahaprabhu shows by his example. So again and again he's offering Dandavat obeisances to Sachi Mata when he saw her, and he was circumambulating her again and again. He said, I say, you are the mother of the universe, not just my mother, you are the mother of the universe. You are pure devotional service personified. Your form is spiritual, beyond the modes of material nature. Yeah. The eternal associates of the Lord, they don't have a material body. They don't, just like the Lord doesn't have a material body, they don't have a material body. So your form is spiritual, beyond the modes of material nature. If you cast a merciful glance on them, the conditioned souls find their hearts have fallen in love with Lord Krishna. If a pure devotee like that simply looks at a conditioned soul, then that person will get love for Krishna. Immediately that love becomes invested in his heart also by the glance of a pure devotee. So Lord Chaitanya is saying this about Sachi Mata. If you cast a merciful glance on them, the conditioned souls find their hearts have fallen in love with Lord Krishna. You are personified pure devotion to Lord Vishnu. From you everything has come. You are Lord Vishnu's potency. Yes. Bhakti personified is Sachi Mata, Mahaprabhu is saying. Bhakti in the form of a person is Sachi Mata. From you everything has come. You are Lord Vishnu's potency, right? Bhakti Shakti. You are Ganga, Devaki, Yashoda and Devahuti. You are Prishni, Anasuya, Kaushalya and Aditi. From your glance everything arose. You are the protector. By you everything is destroyed. From your glance everything arose. You are the protector. By you everything is destroyed. Who has the power to describe you? Your home is in the hearts of all. Reciting verses like these, he offered prayers. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is eternal religion personified, offered Dandavat obeisances. Who but Lord Krishna himself has the power to be so devoted to Father, Mother, and Guru? Streams of tears of love, bliss flowed over his limbs. Reciting these verses, he humbly offered obeisances. 1 second, let me see how much more is there. We won't be able to finish it. We'll continue tomorrow. 251. Yeah, I will continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna, dear
Hare
devotees.
Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.